Also donate your time or your energy as well. It's been weeks since oil has leaked into the Gulf, and BP is declaring a key victory now that the static kill appears to be working. John Hofmeister is the former president, CEO of U.S. operations at Shell Oil Company, and the author of Why We Hate the Oil Companies. Straight talk from an energy insider. All right, when we're looking at the static kill right now, do you consider this the final chapter in attempting to stop the leaking oil?
I certainly hope it is, Contessa. I'm pleased to see that the well casing is holding under these high pressures. I think, as the Admiral says, we won't be finished until the relief wells are actually completed and the cement job from down below has taken place. So it's not quite over yet, but I think this is a very good omen for the next several weeks.
What big lessons do you think that other oil companies and BP as well have already learned here, John, from the disaster in the Gulf?
I think the most obvious one is that the spill cleanup capability is really lacking, and I was very pleased to see 4 companies announce a $1 billion joint venture among the oil companies to put real teeth and real capability and equipment, put it in storage if need be, but keep it there as an insurance policy. I think that was, to me, one of the most profound lessons. I think we've also seen some remarkable technology development for deep water, but here's real learning that hasn't yet fully taken place. Safety is so important that when human beings, when individuals take risk or make misjudgments or don't have the competence to keep things perfectly safe, we've still got a long way to go. Yeah. The government can't fix all problems. Laws can't legislate everything, particularly human behavior. So the management of these companies committed to safety management really has to be a profound outcome of this. No more risks.
Right, although profit is a powerful motivator, and the more time and distance that goes by from this huge disaster that we have seen, the less impactful those lessons will seem to be. So, and I do want to give credit. You mentioned the 4 oil companies that had come up with this sort of emergency supply situation, $1 billion. It was your former company, Shell, ConocoPhillips, Chevron, and Exxon, and now they would have a system that would deploy equipment in days as opposed to weeks or months. Let me ask you about another thing. In some places, they require with deep water drilling that you drill relief wells at the same time, so you wouldn't have to wait 3 months to drill a relief well. It would be done simultaneously to drilling the well in the first place. Should everybody be doing that?
Well, I think that's an idea that ought to be considered. But in addition, we ought to look at, what really happened to that blowout preventer that BP was using or Transocean was using, because that also should be fail-safe. Relief wells are an idea, but you're adding tremendous cost for for virtually no gain. And I'm not aware of anywhere in the world that is mandatory. And so before we would get into that in the U.S., I think we have to look at it in its totality. Right. What's the risk-reward relationship between doing something that's significant?
John, I appreciate your time and your expertise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is asking Americans